Hi, everyone. My name is Kate Gibbons. I'm the Co-Sell Product Marketing Manager from Microsoft at OCP in corporate. And I'm here today to talk to you about migrating from Partner Sales Connect and Partner Center and what you can expect as a partner and some best practices that you can employ for your company going forward. So with that, what I want to make sure you guys take away from today is recognize the benefits of co-selling and Partner Center versus Partner Sales Connect and maybe other tools with which you're using throughout our ecosystem. Understand what the scope of the Partner Sales Connect to Partner Center migration is for co-selling. There are many things migrating to Partner Center, and I want to be very clear about what we're talking about when we're talking about co-sell. And then how to ready your company for the move, and then where to access support for help. So to start off, co-selling in Partner Center. So we're going to go through a couple benefits here, and I would love to answer some questions if you need any more clarity or anything around that, or how this might differentiate itself from Partner Sales Connect. So first, when you converge your co-selling experience in Partner Center, it will join all the other conversions of all the other potential leads that you are getting from Microsoft, which may in fact be sales qualified leads, marketing qualified leads, or direct customer leads from storefronts. And so those are all going to aggregate themselves into one space within Partner Center, so you have a true vision of what the pipeline looks like coming from Microsoft. In addition, you can manage manage all of these referrals coming to you and that you want to share with Microsoft in your own CRM system versus an API connector, so that you can reduce the tax on going back and forth between tools, and that we get real-time updates and perspectives from what's happening with the leads that we've shared with you, and that you can understand what has been shared with you as well. You have direct seller connection to Microsoft. So what that means is in Partner Sales Connect, everything defaulted to the customer account executive. And what we're enabling you to do is identify what type of help you actually need from Microsoft. So that might be creating a POC. That might be technical help. That might be that you just want to give visibility to the fact that you're working with this customer. You don't actually want Microsoft to come in and help you at that point. We have a simplified publishing experience. So today you publish offers directly to customers through the cloud publishing portal, and then as well as to the OCP GTM with your customer, with your seller facing offers. And so we're bringing those two experiences together so that you can essentially publish once and reach different audiences. We also have better customer matching, which is a DUNS ID number matching. So before it was a free form text field, and I don't know about you, but I make typos. And so I make typos, and there might be more than one location. And so what this is doing is it's allowing you to identify the specific discrete customer you are working with, so that we can route that faster to our seller and then get you an answer back to you as well. Any questions? Sorry, I can't see the chat window.
There's nothing in the chat right now, Kate.
Okay, cool. So what is migrating from Partner Sales Connect actually look like? So what it looks like is we have the ability to share referrals with Microsoft, the ability to receive referrals from Microsoft, and then the ability to register deals within Microsoft. And so when we talk about migrating to Partner Center from Partner Sales Connect, we're talking about those specific functionalities and capabilities and actions that you take as a partner to connect with us through the co-sell program at Microsoft. So new Partner Center capabilities that are coming live is prior to this new feature set that's being released, effectively what you could do from a co-sell perspective in Microsoft in Partner Center is you could co-sell IP offers only. And what we are doing here is we are widening the aperture and the capability of the tool to give you a more holistic co-selling experience in this tool. So now it is sort of ready for business, if you will. And so what we can do, what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to co-sell service offers, so IP and service. You can pipeline share via the API flow connector or Power Automate. Sorry, there's a brand change, Power Automate connector. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But you're able to share a pipeline to us with or without customer PII information, depending on the action that you want to drive from Microsoft. You can include marketing campaign IDs, so an Allocadia code for understanding your return on investment. And then you can also co-sell Microsoft products. So a lot of times, especially if you're a CSP enrolled partner, you can sell our first party products. So you can sell Azure right along with the app that you built into it. We also have some P2P co-selling capabilities that are going live. So two big ones, which is the ability to invite another partner to sell with you, and then also the ability to sell another partner's solution. You can sell their product and you can invite them into a deal. And then if someone could mute who has a very vocal dog, I know co-selling in Partner Center is so exciting. I too. Then we also have the ability to co-sell IoT. So think about that as devices. And then the last but not least, we have the API Power Automate connector. So those are going to be released later in the spring, and that allows you to deploy that into your environment so that you can manage right in your own CRM system. There is an API today, but I highly encourage you, if you want to integrate, that you wait for these Power Automate connectors. And we're starting with Dynamics 365 as well as Salesforce later in the spring. Does anyone else have any questions?
I don't see anything in the chat at this time.
Okay. So this is, I'm not going to drain this slide, but what's important to understand is that co-selling in Partner Sales Connect is not a copy and paste experience, co-selling into Partner Center. And what that means is while you will be able to drive some of the same outcomes and then improved outcomes, you have to do things maybe slightly differently. So what we've done here is created this grid, which we will share with you, that basically bridges between this is how I used to do something in Partner Sales Connect and this is how I do it in Partner Center today. This is a great sort of tactical thing that's a complement to some how-to videos that we'll share in a little bit and where to find those. What's also important to know, I want to make sure you guys understand, is that when you do make the switch to Partner Center, we recommend that you leave existing deals in Partner Sales Connect and manage through that sales cycle there. And then everything new would start in Partner Center. So there is inevitably a short window of overlap and bifurcation that you will have to have, but we're really trying to limit it to as short a window as possible, but just as an FYI. So then making the move. So how can your company prepare themselves? So one, it's important to understand that back to that list of capabilities that's coming, we will send you an individual invitation, and I can go through who gets the email here in a second. The invitation to who for your company once the capabilities that you utilize today are available. So we don't want you to come into Partner Center and then say, hey, I really need to sell an IoT device and that capability not be available to you. So one, we'll send you an invite once we believe that those capabilities are available to you. Two, we also want to make sure that your Microsoft resources are aware, and Microsoft resources in this context would be something like a PDM or a PMA, if you have either of those roles in your matrix of support, as well as our frontline support entity, so that if you go to them and you have a question, they're prepared to answer it. And then again, to speak a little bit more about the bifurcation experience, we don't want to move you over and then have an extended amount of time that you have to sort of straddle both environments. We want to make sure that we can, once we get you into Partner Center, you can do all of your new business in Partner Center, and then let the Partner Sales Connect deals and content sort of drain out and move forward into that new experience. There are some prerequisites, something to take a look at here. So one, a pretty basic one, your Microsoft Partner Network membership ID, you do have to have one. You also have to complete a business profile. It is something, it's very simple. It takes a couple of minutes to do. There's instruction here in this link that can help you. You do have to identify a referral administrator. That is a specific role and permissions to someone at your company or a group of people at your company that can then unlock and access the referral space within the tool. And then I encourage you guys to review the co-sell experience gallery. So this is a video gallery that walks you through many of the different steps in the new experience. So it's a more in-depth version of this with video tutorial and how-to guidance. Any questions on this?
It looks like there are a couple in the chat here. The first one, it says, do we have more accurate ETA on the SFDC connector?
I do not. Spring, I would anticipate later spring, if I can be more specific. But our engineering team is obviously working on that very diligently. And we want to ensure that it is ready for prime time. So I can't give you a more accurate date than spring.
Okay, and then the next one says, and Sean, you're welcome to come off mute if you would like to ask the question directly, but I'll just read it from the chat. It says, can you also explain why there was no migration of the deal? I assume the backend is both, is for both, is the same instance of Dynamics 365, so there's a lot of potential overlap for no longer running large deals.
So I think your question is, why can't we migrate your deals for you? I think that's the question.
Yeah, can you also explain why there's no migration of the deal? Yeah, essentially, yes.
So there, as you can imagine, in building out Partner Center is a massive undertaking from an engineering capacity perspective and capacity. You guys are more than acutely aware of the fact that there are anywhere from 8 tools that you might use to I've heard as high as 61. And so we had to make a decision about capabilities and features that were business critical to you and that we thought should be prioritized. And unfortunately, migration of deals was not something that we felt that we had the capacity to do.
And then this last part of this question says, also, if the email goes missing / is missed, can it be resent?
It can be resent, but let's go through who gets the email to try to ensure that it is not missed. So the contacts that the email goes to are your global administrator in Partner Center, your referral administrator in Partner Center, as well as the contacts that are listed in the partner contact information within the co-sell offers of OCP GTM. So that can be several people. But just as an FYI, that's who we send the email to. I also want to caution you or alleviate potentially maybe some panic that if you miss the email, we don't just do this automatically for you and you wake up one day and all of a sudden you're in Partner Center and you didn't know it. You have to make an active choice and let us know that this is going to happen at this point in the migration process. In several more months, it may be different, but we want to make sure that you guys are prepared and ready to go. So you do have it, you do make the choice yourself. So if for some reason the email is missed, fear not, we will not just magically flip you over and you don't know what's happening.
Awesome. Those are all the questions in the chat for now.
Okay. And last but not least, I want to make sure that you guys understand how you access co-sell help. So today, you guys might be going to the co-sell desk or support or marketplace support, or there's many different places you can go. And what I want to share with you is that we now have a couple of entry doors to help you, but they all go to the same support team now. So you can access support right within Partner Center by hitting the question mark, or you can go to where you may be more familiar with today, which is partner.microsoft.com/support. And that is those go to the same place, and that is where you can access help and support within Partner Center for co-selling. And with that, I'm happy to stop sharing my screen if there are any more questions.
Hi, I was a few minutes late, so I might have missed it, but when is this going to be transferred to Partner Center?
So each partner will have a slightly different timeline and experience, and you will be notified individually when it's time for you to make the move. So some partners may start receiving information as soon as the next couple weeks, and some it might be further down the line in the next couple of months.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I had an IP also went under review and MPC. Understand? Sorry, I'm reading a question from Laura. Laura, you're welcome to just speak up if you want instead of waiting for me to read it.
Hello. Sorry, my English is not so good.
Oh, that's okay. I think what your question is that you had an IP COSA win under review in PSC. I understand that I have to register it again in PC and close it again as a win. Is it the same opportunity ID, still the same? So are you?
Do you want me to take that, Kate?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Megan.
No worries. So Laura, normally what we would do is we would ask the Microsoft seller who was working on that co-sell win with you to reshare that opportunity through Partner Center. And so there would be a new opportunity ID, but our team on the back end would link the two together. So you would get that new opportunity in Partner Center, and you'd be able to close it in Partner Center as a win. And by declaring it as a win, it would actually kick off that registration process, the deal registration process. Does that answer your question? Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You have 10 more minutes, you guys. Any more questions?
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
From the, and this is kind of just maybe more of a connection to the call that you did earlier today, the first version of this for Time Zone 1. Were there any standout questions from the partners on that call that are top of mind for you, that you think that this audience of partners would also want to be aware of?
If you have any experience in Partner Center today, there was a great question asked about, well, where does my co-sell business sort of land in Partner Center? And Partner Center, think about it like tactically, and actually one of my slides showed it a little bit, so let me re-show. Here. Partner Center, oh, please, of course it did. Sorry, guys. Partner Center has the interface has a series of tiles, and it also has a left navigation. So this bucket of referrals is where you would both receive things from Microsoft as well as share things with Microsoft and register the deal. So that was one question that came up that I thought was good, just to make sure you guys understand sort of how it works.
There was also, I think, the question related to that, Kate, around like how you get access to that referrals tile that you were just showing.
Yes, that's a great question. So I mentioned that the referral administrator will be contacted as well. And there is, it can be a little bit confusing on roles and permissions and access into Partner Center. And one thing that's important to understand about Partner Center is that how your company set up permissions, sort of how you guys want to give and grant access to things and permissions. The two profiles, if you will, that are available to set this up in Partner Center are the global administrator and then the referral administrator. If you try to go into a space where you don't have access, you will get a message that says you don't have access to this, and it should show you what your company does, and you can obviously reach out to them. If for some reason you're getting an error or you can't identify that, or that person has moved on from the company or whatnot, file a support ticket through Whack Support or within partner center, and our support team can extrapolate out the contacts that you need to have access to make sure that you're set up for continued success.
Looks like there's something in the.
Yep,
Oh,
Megan
oh
was
yeah,
dropped in the link to the roles and permissions guidance. It's a great place to start if you're trying to understand, because it can be a little bit complicated. I appreciate that, so a great place to start. All right, if everyone's going to be quiet, dare I say we give a couple minutes back? Oh,
Yeah.
hold on, we have one.
Oh no,
Megan.
it was me again. I was just dropping in another link.
Yeah.
And this is all in the deck that will be shared out that Kate put together, the how-to resources. But I just thought it might be easy for people to access as well, so I thought I'd drop that into the chat. But I know you have that information incorporated in the deck as well, Kate.
Yeah, and then Keisha, I guess if you want to wrap up and share with them how they can get the deck and future occurrences, that would be great.
So I'll go ahead and drop the link into the chat here in a moment back to Microsoft Partner Community. Feel free to continue asking any questions there. And then within the next business day, we will upload the recording from this presentation and the deck into Microsoft Partner Community. But if you have any questions between now and then, feel free either to ask your question on the community or ask it right here in the chat, and the team can circle back with you. And with that, I will conclude the recording. Thank you, everyone, for attending today. Thank you, Kate, for presenting, and thanks